So welcome to everyone. Today is the CFA Society France candidate kickoff. The purpose of this meeting is to introduce the CFA Society for the new candidates, to introduce what are the services we provide to you, to also share some experience from Claudia, who is one of the successful candidates on the French market, and also introduce our partner. Before we start the presentation, could you please answer the following question? What level are you preparing? We'll give like 20 seconds for people to answer. It's not the hardest question, so it should be quick. Sophie, do you see people answering? Yeah? All right. So let's see the results. I guess, yeah, most of you are preparing for the level 1. And we have no level 3 candidate tonight. I guess they know everything about the CFA program and the exams and the CFA Society France. So dear level 1 candidate, welcome. Level 2, I see 4 people. Welcome for you as well. For the level 1 candidate, let me ask you another question. Do you know who is this guy? Sophie? Again, let's leave 10 seconds. Now people know how to answer the questions. If he's actually your grandfather, you're lucky. Let's see the result. I guess most of you know who is this guy. Yes, it's Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is one of the most successful investors ever known. He's the head of Berkshire Hathaway. He created many years ago. Do you know, next questions, do you know who are these guys? It's a bit more difficult. Again, 10 to 20 seconds. And let's see the answers. The one on the left.
Everyone hasn't answered yet. Maybe you can give 10 seconds more. I can see some hesitation.
It's a difficult one. It's more level 2, CFA level 2.
Okay, here we go.
Ooh, okay. So yes, there were many good answers. The right answer was the last one, all of the above except one. Indeed, the one on the left side is Graham Buffett. It's actually the son of Warren Buffett. And the gentleman on the right side is Benjamin Graham. Benjamin Graham was actually the mentor of Warren Buffett, and Warren Buffett was so fond of his mentor that he named his son after Mr. Graham. It's a way to illustrate how Benjamin Graham was important for Warren Buffett. And who is Benjamin Graham? It's actually the father of the CFA program. He invented it in the 60s. He wrote a book called The Intelligent Investor. I recommend all of you reading that book. It's the Bible of investing. Why we need intelligent investors more than ever today? I don't know if you're aware of these figures, but according to IMF, we need 2 trillion of investment towards climate transition per year until 2050 to ensure that we reach the net zero target. And today, unfortunately, the amount of investment into the climate transition is around only 400 billion per year. So far from the target. And so we need more and more intelligent investors, CFA charter holder, aware of, the good investment practices, especially ESG criteria, to build a better world. And you, why are you doing the CFA program? The last question for you, please, Sophie. It's actually an important question, because the CFA program is a long journey, and so you need to be clear about your motivation. You need motivation all along the journey in order to complete it and to reach the charter holder status. So I'm keen to see what are the results.
We still have people answering.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Make more money is not the first criteria. That's I'm glad to see that. Although you should be able to make more money with a CFA charter holder in your pocket. I'm curious, proficient across all topics in finance. That's interesting. That was also my reason when I took the CFA program a few years ago, to make sure that my understanding in financial services was at par, correct, across all asset classes, all topics. Want to have an international career. That was also my wish, although I came back in France a few years ago. And I want to work as an investment professional, of course. Grandpa proud, still important. All right. So short introduction, just to know what is the history of the program. And today, let's go into the detail of what is the CFA charter holder, what are the exams, what services we as the CFA Society France can provide to you, and let's share also some lessons learned with Claudia at the end of the presentation. So first, who are we? The CFA Society France is not the CFA Institute. So the CFA Institute, their mandate is to basically design the program, organize the exam, grade them, and give you the CFA charter holder if you pass the exams. Our job at the CFA Society France is to provide services to the CFA charter holder and CFA candidate community in France. So we would, organize events, organize mock exam, organize that kind of meeting to inform you about, how to pass the exam, to provide tips and tricks, to partner with organizations, prep providers such as Top Finance. Sophie will share with you a few words to basically to make sure that the CFA candidate and members in France belong to a community. That's our job. My job is I'm the head of the candidate committee in France. So my job is really to provide services to candidates in France. We have many committees, ESG, financial institution, diversity and inclusion, and each committee has a mandate to serve the members in France. I hope it's clear in terms of differences, because we have little power to help you if you have, for instance, problem with an exam, a specific exam organization. For instance, you are sick, you cannot attend. We will direct you to the CFA Institute. Okay, so that's who we are. Alors, how to become the CFA charter holder? I guess you know that already. You need to take on 3 exams. You need to wait 6 months between each exam. On top of that, you will need, once you have acquired the level 3, you will need to have references from your work, and you will need also to have the required professional work experience. That's how you become a CFA charter holder. I forgot to mention, if you have any question, you can type them in the chat. We will answer them at the end of the presentation. Alors, the 3 levels of the CFA exam, basically the level 1 is basic knowledge in finance. You know, you will learn the basic equations, for instance, in each topic. The level 2, it's more about using these equations for to value assets, for instance. And the level 3, it's to provide investment recommendation from capital market expectation, from your understanding of asset classes. Maybe, Sophie, you want to say a few words about the exam format? How does it look like? Yeah.
Yeah, I can. Thank you. Well, basically, what you have to remember is that level 1 exam is a lot more theoretical than the 2 last ones, which are more operational, more quantitative, when you are more in the decision process. So you really need to master well your curriculum at level 1. You will need to know a lot of things by heart, but I'm sure our CFAs can testify with that. So level 1 is entirely a multiple choice exam. So you will have only boxes to check on your screen. Level 2 also provides multiple choice questions. However, they are based on item sets, on study cases, kind of. And level 3 has both item sets and essays. So the essays are just constructed responses that you have to write, you know, directly on your computer. So that means that both first levels are directly machine graded, and level 3 does require CFAs to correct your answers. So one advice to start with, which we used to say before the exam was on the computer, candidates used to need to care on their handwriting. Now it's not a problem anymore because you're lucky enough to take the entire exam on your computers.
And that saved me. For the record, I passed the level 3 when I took the level 3 when they made the change, and I was so worried about my handwriting because it's so poor. And luckily, because of COVID, they changed, and it was computer based, and it saved my day. Thank you, Sophie, for these details. One thing that was added recently, it's the practical skills module. So in my time, this was not existing, but you know, the CFA Institute thought that it would be good, on top of all the theory that you will learn, to make sure that you have also practical skills to be proficient in the real world. So there are a few workshop topics that you will need to master. Financial modeling, so basically it's under Excel, Python, to make sure that you have the ability to analyze a stock. It's more fundamental analysis. And the last one is related to more related to artificial intelligence, to make sure that you understand the basic concept. Sophie, you want to say a few words about this, or?
No, that's entirely right. So the first 2 are directly for level 1, and the last 2 are only for level 2. So it's just a module that's mandatory now, which you will have to follow during your CFA preparation program and complete before the actual exam results are shared. So you have quite a long time to take that module online. It's directly on your CFA Institute candidate account, and it shouldn't take more than 12 to 15 hours to complete.
Thank you. On top of the CFA program, or in parallel, you have the new certification, which is related to ESG. You don't need to be a charter holder to take that certification. You don't even need to be a CFA candidate to apply for the CFA ESG investing certification. It's quite interesting. It basically teaches you how to integrate the extra financial criteria, environment, social impact, governance, into an investment decision. I took it myself. Amazing curriculum and very important these days, where if you work into an investment job, you will need to master the ESG investing principle. It's really demanded by employers now. Let's talk about the exam. So I guess most of you should be registered for February or May window for the level 1. I'm not going to detail all of the dates here. Just one key advice is register as soon as possible. You will save money, and you will also have enough time to prepare for each level. It requires between 4 minimum to 6 months to be fully ready. Sophie will tell you more about what is the recommendations, but yeah, register early and start your preparation early. Talking about preparation, so you will have the curriculum, either PDF or the books itself online. You will have also resources provided directly by the CFA Institute. It might not be enough. For me, for instance, I was not using only the CFA Institute material. It can be sometimes a bit too heavy to swallow. There are other materials available on the market that can help you and facilitate your preparation. And Sophie is the best position to tell you about this. Sophie, the floor is yours.
Yes, indeed. Well, maybe I can dive into those advice later. First, I'll just introduce myself for those who don't know me. So my name is Sophie, as you heard, and I'm a program manager at Top Finance. And I've been for 10 years this year. So it's been a long time that I'm, trying to support CFA candidates and companies to prepare for their exams. We are a leading training center in Europe, specialized really in the international certification in the field of finance, but also accounting and auditing. So we've been preparing professionals to take their CFA exams, but also other exams like FRM for risk management or Kaya for alternative investment, ESG for a couple of years now, since when the program was launched by CFA UK, and CCI that we've just launched now. And it's really a pleasure for us to support candidates, whether they're just individual professionals or to support also entire teams within companies at our partners to succeed at their exam. And so we work with academic institution like Kaplan Schweitzer, who is a worldwide famous specific editor for those certifications. And together we have created specific programs, specific path that we have worked on for the last 15 years now, especially for CFA, to help enhance the chances of candidates to succeed. And so if I should pick from a selection of advice to give to whomever is listening to us tonight, I would start with schedule a thorough preparation. So you basically know that CFA level 1 to start with, even though every level will require approximately the same amount of time, which is a minimum of 300 hours of preparation. So whenever you have selected your exam window, which I remind you for level 1 is February, May, August, or November, Well, starting from there, you will want to schedule your preparation. We usually advise candidates to spread their preparation throughout 5 to 7 months, not less, because there's a lot of stuff to learn and practice on, and information to retain, to give back at the exam, and not more than 7 months either, because as I just said, there's a lot of information to practice on and to master. So the longer the preparation takes, the longer you will well, the harder it will be for you to retain all that information, and you will need to come back at what you've seen in the beginning more time than you had originally planned. So 5 to 7 months is the ideal time to start your preparation and to spread it. Now, the first advice is to plan a schedule. You just open your professional schedule, personal schedule. You just buy a specific schedule for planner for your CFA preparation, and you just tick everything that you want to do during your entire preparation path. So first, you read the curriculum or the Schweitzer books or whatever other materials that you want to work on. You need to read the books cover to cover. Don't leave anything behind. That's why you need to schedule every topic by topic, and the amount of time that you want to dedicate to it. For example, we have candidates that prefer to work in the morning. Some prefer to work on the weekends because they don't have a family life that's taking all their weekends, for example. So really pick the time of the week that suits you best, and know that you should dedicate between 7 to 10 hours a week, every week. Forget about going to ski in February, or forget I don't know, the 3 weeks holiday on the beach if you're taking the August exam, or maybe include that in your schedule.
Or bring your book on the beach. That's also possible.
Or bring your book on the beach. Yes, exactly. My point is, do not stop your preparation for longer than a week. You know, it's fine to have a break. You know, we all need a break, but don't have a break that's more than a week, or your brain will start, getting away from the CFA path and forgetting stuff. And another advice that I want to give, and that I always give to my candidates, is the practice. You will never practice enough, and I'm sure Sebastian and Claudia will be able to confirm that from their own experience. Practicing really is the key to succeeding at your exam, and my advice is to start practicing early. Don't wait for the final month before your actual exam to start practicing. You want to practice and train your knowledge all throughout your preparation. So if you start with standards of ethics, don't wait to be in April to train on that subject. Okay, there are many Q&A that are available from CFA Institute, from Schweitzer's, from lots of prep providers. It's very important to train as much as possible, and very important, train with mock exams. We provide the Kaplan Schweitzer mock exams that are on the actual exam format. So that helps you train with time management, with the writing style of the questions, how to quickly select an answer from the others, how to have a strategy to read the questions. It's really important to practice with mock exams. And of course, we can give you more advice within our programs. If Sebastian, you want to go to the next slide, I can introduce our different services that we give to the European CFA candidates. And so we're able to support the candidates through live classes, whether they're on site, for example, in Paris, or online through the Zoom, like we do tonight. We have a long experience in supporting CFA candidates with evening classes, with classes on the Saturday morning, whether it's English speaking or French speaking classes. We have recorded classes as well with Kaplan Schweitzer. We provide you with a study plan, with a structured support that gives you a specific path, with reminders, with key steps and milestones to respect, to help you structuring your preparation and not falling behind, because we find that a lot of candidates, you know, they have a nice schedule at the end. Remember, that was my first advice. But then, you know, they have many things happening in their professional life, personal life, and they just fall behind. So we also help you do that through our live classes.
Yeah.
Also, of course, with all the materials. Sorry.
If I may, Sophia, I think it's quite important to belong to a community, and Top Finance would offer that community of candidates that goes through the same challenges as you. One point maybe regarding financing, you know, all of this has a cost. Don't hesitate to ask your company. I myself leveraged Top Finance to help me preparing for the exam, and my company finance not only the CFA exams, but also the preparation from Top Finance. And you know, usually when you ask the HR, if they are nice, you can get financing.
Yeah, it's true that we work with a lot of companies, and don't hesitate to speak about your CFA project with your HRs or with your manager, whomever inside your company is in charge of the training. Sometimes when they won't, you know, finance everything, because it's not always the case, but they will at least support you with one part of the preparation, or financing your exam, or they will tell you, okay, I can fund your preparation, but you will pay for your own exam, and if you succeed at your exam, then I can refund the exam. I mean, with as many companies that there are different systems. So don't hesitate to speak about your project to your company. Right now we work with dozens and dozens of companies in Paris, but also in other European countries, every semester or every quarter now, for the CFA candidates preparation. And also for those who cannot attend classes, whether they're live or in person or online, it's not possible for everyone. Well, know that we are also the official provider of Kaplan Schweitzer in Europe. So any study materials that you need or want to purchase from Kaplan Schweitzer, feel free to visit our website. We can provide them at a very interesting price in euros, of course. In France, so any packages, you know, you have archive videos, you have the question bank, which I mentioned earlier, which is really important to help you train on your knowledge and practice a lot. There are mobile apps, mock exams that are very important. Again, I haven't stressed that enough. The Schweitzer notes that are very important, because you will find that the curriculum, even though it's been shortened a bit for 2024 and onwards, the Schweitzer notes also take that into account, and they're really specifically written to help you in your studies, you know, to help you master the program in a more efficient way than the curriculum is written. And of course, whether it's live classes or study materials or recorded or even a book, there's also our team of advisors that's always, available. So feel free to give us a call. We'll be very happy to advise you in your preparation, even if you don't participate to our classes.
Thank you very much, Sophie. Very interesting, especially the point on the material provided by Schweitzer. They are, very tailored to in terms of content, much more than curriculum, and so, you know, Sophie was saying you should practice as early as possible, but you should also read all the books. So if you go with Schweitzer, you know, you will spend less time reading the books, and you will have more time to practice. That's what I did, and it worked. So,
and also, if I may stress, it's also important to say that we have, you know, studied the Kaplan Schweitzer materials before selecting that partner. I mean, there's a lot of study materials. You can go on YouTube, you will find so many videos and materials. It's very important to be sure about the material that you select, because there's so much stuff that exists today that you can easily get lost and use the wrong material. Remember, guys, that every year the curriculum of the exam is adapted. So of course they won't reinvent the finance and investments every year, but every year there are readings that are dropped, new readings that are introduced. So it's very important to study on the actual curriculum, on the curriculum that's relevant to your exam window, because you do not want to lose time reading curriculum that's obsolete, and you don't want to be looking for stuff that you have missed because you weren't using the right material. So be very careful and always make sure you're using the accurate material. It's very important as well.
Thank you, Sophie. Now we have Claudia. Claudia is a successful level 2 candidate. So you passed level 1 and level 2 first time, right? If I remember correctly. So tell us, Claudia, what is your secret? Share with us and with the candidates your journey and your tricks.
Yes, thanks, Sebastian. Thanks, Sophie. And hi, everyone. My name is Claudia. I come from China and I'm currently studying in Paris for my master courses. And of course, I am a CFA candidate, as you all. I am now preparing for the level 3 exam in the coming February. I'm really happy that I have the chance to share my story with the CFA exam with you all, and hopefully it can give some inspirations of your preparations. Well, I heard about the CFA exam and registered for the level 1 in my last year of my undergraduate. It's 2020. Then I took the level 1 exam on August 2021 and I passed the level 2 exam on August 2022. So yes, I am not in a hurry to finish my all exams. But if you want to, I think you can do the 3 levels in a year and a half at the earliest. I don't know if any of you has once like, Sebastian, can you like put to the next slide?
Yeah.
Yes. Thanks. I don't know if like any of you has confused of the following 3 questions because you are all like the level 1 and level 2 candidates. There are when is the best time to start the exam, why learning it, and how to pass it. And here are my answers to the 3 questions. Firstly, I would like to say there is never a standard time for you to start it. Never too early, never too late, no matter you're an undergraduate or you have been working for years. Just start learning when you have the thought of taking the CFA exam. It's absolutely it's absolutely the right time for you to start your CFA journey. And then as for why like taking the CFA exam, I think I'm pretty sure not all of you like attending to the Zoom meeting right now have the clear motivation of why you are taking part of the CFA exam, and neither do I at the first time. But believe, just trust me, it's I mean it's absolutely fine, and you will obviously discover it later in your journey during the preparation of the exam. You know, as Sylvia has mentioned, the CFA exam really contains a lot, and you will be exposed to different subjects in the field of finance, and you will be more engaged with the financial world. Therefore, you may find something that you are particularly interested in, or you may find your career goal, or you may know more about the market. I mean, there's no limit, just so you can discover through the journey. And as for the preparation, I would like to say it's really depend on your goal. You want to only pass the exam or you want to be the passed? Well, next I'm going to share my own result with you. Actually, I'm not the one who performed best in the exam. However, I want to say CFA is not an easy exam. I shared the pass rates of the 2 exams I took. As you can see on the screen, it's 26 and 40% separately. So don't get disappointed if you are not the top 10 percent student. Passing the CFA exam already means you are really excellent. And there's another takeaway I want to share. That is even, sorry, it's still in the, yeah. Even if you don't have enough time, because as Sylvia has mentioned, you really need to prepare for a long time, but don't give up if you don't have enough time. You can just find your own way of learning. I would like to say, as for me, I really love I really love to take the intensive courses before the exam. Like I will take 1 to 2 months intensively to refill for the exam. And I really found that, as for me, mind mapping really helps. It really helps me to form the structure of the knowledge. So this is my own way of learning, and it really helps me to pass the exam in a like shorter time, not in a long time. So I strongly recommend all of you just to find your own way of absorbing the knowledge. And of course, if you want to get the best results, you may need to put a lot of efforts. As Sophie mentioned, you can't be too hardworking, just to make more preparations, and all your preparations will pay back. Then the next slide, please. There are 2 more points I want to share. One is about deferral and the other is about scheduling. First, about deferral, honestly, I tried emergency deferral for my level 1 exam due to the pandemic because I registered in 2020, and I can't take the level 1 exam as I planned on February, so I just make the emergency deferral to August. And for my level 3 exam, I paid to defer it from August to the next February. So yes, you have to know that you can have the option to defer your exam, but you just need to track the CFA Institute website to see the deferral policy if you really want to do so. And about scheduling your exam, for all level 1 candidates, I really want to inform you because I missed my scheduling in my level 2 exam preparation. So the scheduling is about you to select the test center and you to select your test date. So don't forget, your registration was not done until you do the scheduling. But don't be too panic if you just forget to schedule an exam like me. You just need to write an email or make a phone call to the CFA Institute. I mean, you need to get a connection with them and you need to ask them for the help. So yeah. Yes, don't forget to schedule your exam. It's really important schedule on your registration. Yes. Yes. Here, I would like to provide more reminders. First, don't forget to take your valid passports. And remember, CFA is a global exam, so the ID in your own country is not acceptable. Then don't forget to take allowed calculator and batteries with you. I am pretty sure you won't want to do the calculations all by you in the exam date, right? And here I listed the 2 types of the allowed calculators you may take with you to the test center. And then you need to find out where the test center is, and you need to plan your way to getting there. You need to leave enough time for you to get there early. So how can you know where the test center is and how can you plan your routine? Yes, that is, don't forget to schedule your exams. This is really important because I was so scared at that time when I find that I just missing the scheduling window. So yes, I will remind you again, don't forget to schedule your exam. And then since the CFA exam is nowadays or change it to computer-based form of exam, I really recommend you to do the exercises on the CFA Institute website because you really need to get used to the browser interface and you really need to get used to the computer-based form of the exam. And then if you have any questions, you just need to read the instructions on the CFA Institute website, and on your exam day, you can follow the instructions on your exam center. And in the last part of my sharing, I really want to share my story with CFA Society France. Well, it just happened last month. I received an email from CFA Society France saying that there is a social event and it's free. So yes, I'm really happy and I registered and I went to a social event, but it's way more amazing than I thought before. I got a chance to talk to a lot of candidates. And I also met Sebastian and the other members from the CFA Society France. And it's so amazing that I got a chance to join the society. But it's really inspiring, trust me, to talk to other candidates, listen to why they are taking the CFA exam, and listen to their own stories and listen to their preparations of how they did for the CFA exam. I mean, I didn't expect to get the opportunity to enlarge the network or to get social resources or like join the CFA Society France, but just, like I am sharing my experience with you, I just get them. So thanks again, Sebastian and our society. I mean, CFA is an exam, but it's not only an exam. You may never foresee what you will gain through your own journey. So don't hesitate to engage with other candidates or to register for our activities and join the CFA Society. Just enjoy it and discover it by yourself. So this is all I want to share. Thanks you all. Thanks, Sebastian, and thanks, Sophie.
Thank you very much, Claudia. Very insightful feedback. Thanks a lot. So if you want to, like Claudia, join this kind of event, you need to be a candidate member of the association. And in order to do that, I think, Sonia, could you share the link in the chat, or just go on Google and type CFA Society candidate member. You will find all the information you need to register as a candidate member, which allow you to, well, join the social event. The next one is on 23rd of November. It's in the center of Paris. And of course, you are all welcome to join all the events we organize for the regular members, the CFA charter holder, like me and other investment professionals. We are 1,500 people working in the investment industry in France. As a candidate member, you will be able to join these events and network. Networking is very important, especially when you want to change job or want a new job. We are organizing a lot of events almost every single week, different topics in financial services. Most of the time it's on site now, and sometimes it's online. But it's quite interesting. As a candidate members, a few years ago, I attended almost all the events, and usually there is free food and good champagne, etc. So it's really nice to attend these kind of events. Some other pictures from our networking candidate member event last time. We are also on top of professional event and social event. We have a running team. So if you want to run with the color of the CFA Society France together with regular members, join the association. And last but not least, of course, we are on social medias such as LinkedIn. Follow us, request to join the candidate group, and so you will have a lot of insights about the activities of CFA Society in France. And that is the end of the presentation for today. Now we will see the questions in the chat. Let me try to jump to the chat. All right.
Take the first one if you want, Sebastian.
You take the first one?
Yeah.
From Xavier? Okay, go for it.
So Xavier wants to know if the practical skill module is mandatory for exam in November 2023, so this year. And the answer is no, there is no practical skill module to take this year. It's only a new rule for 2024 candidates. So the first exam window where that new rule will apply is the February exam window for level 1.
Thank you, Sophie. I'm going to take the next one from Florian. Is the CFA eligible for CPF, compte personnel formation, account funding? Unfortunately, no, Florian. It's not for CPF. The underlying reason is that CPF focuses on specific French trainings, and CFA is an international certification. Next question. Actually, no, there is no more question. The next one is the link to become a CFA candidate member. feel free to ask additional question. You don't have to type it. You can turn on your microphone and ask the question live. Or type it. When was the last event from CFA France? Good question. I do not attend to all events because it's almost impossible. I think it was, when was it? Next week we have
Last month, I believe.
The social event, the candidate social event, it was last month. We tried to organize one every 2 to 3 months. This is in a bar, we gather all the candidates and we facilitate networking among candidates. But the professional event we have almost, I think tonight there are 3 parallel events. So this is the candidate kickoff. There are 2 other events in parallel. That's the frequency of the event we have. Next week is our flagship event. It's called the Investment Conference, where we'll gather investment professional across all asset classes. It's in the center of Paris. We expect 200 people, very senior, and it's next week, one of our flagship events. So, I'm going to take the next one from Thomas. Do you think that using the Schweitzer study material can reduce the minimum time usually required to pass the CFA level 1? Well, I think I did use both the Schweitzer and the official curriculum material. The way I used these material was the following. I used the Schweitzer book to read all the chapters. I did all the end of chapter questions, but I also did the end of chapter questions from the official curriculum. I think that's very important. And using the Schweitzer material, it allows you to skip the very long, sometimes too detailed readings from the official curriculum. And remember, the best way to prepare is actually to do questions, right? So if you shorten the time to read the material by leveraging Schweitzer, for instance, then you will have more time to practice and do mock exams, etc. So, Chel, I hope it answers to your question, Thomas. Any other question? You're welcome. All right. Feel free, we wait 30 seconds more. If you have any other questions, feel free, that's the time. Otherwise, you can also reach out by email or via LinkedIn. Maybe Sonia, you can type the email for the candidate team. It's candidates@cfafrance.org, if I remember correctly. You can put that in the chat. Here you go. All right. Last thing I wanted to say for the level 2 candidate, there is another session of the mock exam for level 2, which is Saturday morning. So feel free to register. I guess, Sonia, you will share the registration details with the level 2 candidates. Level 1 was 2 weeks ago. Sorry for level 1. But if you need, we can reorganize a session. Send us an email if you want us to reorganize a level 1 mock exam session. Well, I guess there is no other questions, so I guess we can close the call. Thank you very much for attending this session. I hope it was informative. Sophie, thank you very much. Thank you for your partnership. Claudia, amazing feedback. Thank you for sharing it with the audience today. I wish all of you an excellent evening, good preparation, and good luck for the exams.
Thank you. Good luck to you all.